All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this video. Not really a YouTuber, so I'm not really sure what to say here, but essentially I'm going to try to disassemble this DJI RC. If you can see here, I got a little, my controller went for a little ride and fell, and the joystick got pushed right into there and just broke that little guy. So I need to replace it. Long story short, there's no guides for how to do this or videos. There's just a couple blog posts online. So I figured I'm going to follow that and try to disassemble it and make a video for anybody that learns visually that way, like I do. So we'll get into it. There's a little longer story to it, but I figure I'll start disassembling it and try to cut out as much of this video as possible. So there is a post online. The website is mavicpilots.com. It's DJI RC Mini 3 with display controller disassembly. That's the blog post I was referring to earlier. Nice guy, Maximus CZ posted this, and he's got some photos that I'm going to be following along with. I'll link that in the show notes, or not show notes. Sorry, I'm a YouTuber. I'm a podcaster, not a YouTuber, so I'm used to saying show notes. But yeah, I'll link that down in there, and I'll also post this video in that discussion so people can find it if they need to. Yeah, so I guess we'll just get into it. This is just here so that I hate watching a video and then like they knock something out in like 5 minutes, and then I'm there like 5 hours later, halfway through the disassembly or reassembly or whatever, and I'm thinking about starting an electrical fire and moving across the country and starting all over again. So this will be like an actual running time, so you can tell how long this took me. I'm not setting any speed records today, so that'll let you know in case like I speed anything up, cut anything out, you have an idea how long everything actually really takes. So I just have like a standard iFixit kit here. This is like the medium one. I know I didn't spurge on the high end one, but it's got a lot of little mini screw tips and stuff in here that I'm sure to be using. So this guide says that we start with, there's 4 screws, 2 that are recessed deep in here, and then 2 that are below here. And they said to start here and kind of move your way around prying this plastic apart after you've removed those screws. So we can start with that. But so the story goes, I dropped my controller, it took that fall, right? And then pushed it deep into there, and then I went to my local drone spot that does sales and seminars and repairs and things like that. And they just kind of laughed and said, "Yeah, man, you broke it good. You're gonna have to send it into DJI Care." And I was like, "Well, man, I don't want to do that because this is my job's drone, and I broke it working on like a personal project, so I kind of don't want to take it in and deal with all that." So they weren't able to help me, and then I went to the local cell phone place, right? And they told me that they could open it up and take it apart if I sourced the replacement part, and then it would be $100 just to open it up, whether they could fix it or not, and they could probably fix it for $150. And I said for that price, which the price of these new is like $309, so I figured I just sourced the part myself, which I did from Cloud City Drones. I got here pretty fast. It actually arrived like that, so it's in terrible condition. Hopefully it's not broken. But did that guy. And I figured, for the $30 it cost me to get that, and if it's going to cost me $150 for someone else to fix it, I could try my hand at it first, and then if it hits the fan, I can send it off to get it fixed. So I figured I'll give it a try here. This rubber's glued in there. Yeah, it's definitely glued in there. I can hear it. Pull it away as I dig this plastic piece in here. super glued in there. Didn't mention that in the blog post, so good to find out here, I suppose. Oh, I'm absolutely wrecking this piece of rubber trying to get it out. This is not fun. So that's come off there. And if you look under here, you'll see that there are 2 Phillips head screws. Again, there's 2 Phillips head screws here. So let's try to take those out. Bet you they're the same size. So go back to my iFixit kit. Oh, went too small. First time I've had that problem. Hey. As I pull these out, I realize I goofed. Goofed bad. So let's put these in here for the time being and fix my goof. These little guys are lifesavers. They're like $8 at any department store, any hardware store. But yeah, just a little magnetized parts bucket. Save your ass, trust me. All right, so we got 2 of them out. Let's go for these 2. It's pretty deep down in there, so you got to push all the way through the little threads for the like a lanyard mount here. I hear it, it's loose. Let's try this one. Oh, it's tiny. It did come out. Watch out for those guys. See that on YouTube. That'll work. All right. So I do fear that I'm going to get this all the way open and get down there, and then there's going to be like a structural piece of this plastic controller that this unit mounts to, and then I'm just going to be screwed from the get-go. All right, so that guy fell out too. But yeah, so I've got all those out. If you hear, put it next to my microphone. There's something jangling around in there. It might be that, but I don't know, we'll open it up and find out. So in this blog post, the guy said that he took a dull knife and busted this open. He scratched the plastic up pretty bad, but he said it's really difficult to get open. He said he tried to use a plastic prier and it just didn't work really well, but I'm gonna try to be really delicate and see if I can have different results. He said he started from the bottom, and he suggested that would be the best idea. And looks like I'm having some luck so far. He said he scuffed up this plastic pretty bad, so. We started down here. This is difficult. There we go. Now we're getting some leeway. Oh yeah, pop that bad boy right around there. Looking good. This way now. some luck, you know, just kind of twisting this clockwise. As opposed to really trying to get down in there and pry it apart. I'm very scared I'm going to break something, but you know, like I said, 150 bucks to get it fixed versus 309 for a new one. I could probably get one used online. Facebook Marketplace. Meet up with some local weirdos. Who knows? Oh man. This took way less time than anticipated, but I did hear something fall down in there, so let's open her up and see what's going on. Okay. Oh, no, I didn't break it. This is the part that broke off of my module over here. All right, so I think I'm just gonna disconnect this I don't know. Let's double check before I start unhooking random stuff. Okay, so it looks like that little guy came off. Pretty straightforward. This assembly looks like it should clip in up here. Okay, so I don't know if this is a part of this whole assembly that I'm going to be replacing, or oh yeah, you can see right there. So I didn't break that off when I opened it. That's the broken portion that we're looking to replace. That's where your little that is where your little thumbstick screws into. So if I were to take this guy, just that guy right there, that's what he is. So he's junk, but I'll put him in the parts bucket anyways. It sounds like that was another part of that. So let's open this up and see what happened. Yeah, like I said, so it arrived like this, which kind of sucks. It's a small piece, so I think it'll be fine. I didn't even hear it rattling in there, so. Anyways, let's see what we got here. God, how do YouTubers do this and make it look so smooth? That's lots of practice, huh? Alright. So there's my packing slip. Cool. Put that off camera so that my identity doesn't get stolen. But if it does, I'm in so much student loan debt that if you steal my identity, you'll be worse off than you started. I promise you. Oh yeah, so that's a tiny little piece. Let's toss that junk. Nice little shielding here. Open this up, see what we got. Okay, so it looks like it's just this one little connector. But they're both up there. That's the one that I've totally busted. It's pretty stiff. It's interesting how that works in there. Never seen one of these before. Alright, enough of that. Looks like it's just held on by screws here, 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 and here to the controller body. So, I'm gonna guess that's our next move. Let's check it out. These are just 4 little Phillips head screws. You know, instead of losing this guy to the ether forever, let's get out my little tweezers. Pull him out. Alright. Let's move all my outer body screws over to the left. My inner body ones to the left. Oh, and by the way, I have never replaced anything drone-wise or fixed any real electronics like this. I do like some guitar maintenance and repair, so like that's the only thing I've ever soldered. Or like, you know, when my Dodge Magnum decided to die, I soldered some pieces of the wiring harness and stuff back together, but that was out of desperation because I was broke at the time. But yeah, I've only ever soldered like guitar pieces and stuff like that, so they're much more spread out and the tolerances are much smaller than this. So I did research this a little bit, and it did look like it was just like these little jump connectors. So I felt more confident being able to replace it that way, since I wouldn't have to solder anything, because I'm sure, oh, that one came out. Since I'm sure the tolerances and the spaces that I would need to solder in for a drone are much smaller and much more precise. Okay, let's look at this guy versus this guy. Looks like just that connector is that connector over there. I wonder how they clip in there. I wonder where the clasp is, if there's a clasp. Let's take a look at this guy. Dare I attempt to just pull it straight out? Probably not the best idea to leave this attached, but it's got this little goopy stuff on it that I don't want to have to. That's like some rubber sealant of some sort. I don't want to mess with. Yes. Oh, I'm less scared. Does it just lift out? Yes, it just lift out. Okay. So yeah, I just kind of put my finger here on this PCB board. I guess it's not PCB board, it's a little chip, whatever. And then just kind of squeezed around here and was able to successfully pull that guy out. And so this guy, he broke off, he's part of that assembly, so I'm not worried about him. Boom. Okay, so jump part. Later, nerd. Okay. So now I have this guy. And now I don't remember which orientation he went in, even though I just threw that guy out. Oh, actually, yeah, I do. He was, oh, no, I don't. Which part's the top and which part's the bottom? That's gotta be it, right? I mean, yeah, because it wouldn't fit this way. I did get the left thumbstick, so I know that I'm correct there. Not right, I am correct. Big difference in this type of situation. Alright, let's see if I can get a little connector back on there. Help if I try to put it on right. Correct. Caught myself there. Way to go. Oh. Okay. So that went in, no fuss, no muss. No problemo. Man, I really hope that was in there the right direction. Yeah, okay, that looks right. Yeah, I would have set in there just like that. Says the guy who's recording this and could easily go back and check the tape. But, you know, where's my sense of adventure? Alright. Now I guess we're going to go right into reassembly. So I guess I'll start with these 4 little screws. I mean, I have worked on cars and stuff before, so like I've snapped bolts off on my, you know, timing case of the aforementioned Dodge Magnum. So I got fairly strong hands and, you know, years of playing guitar, so I'm gonna try not to overdo this to my best ability. Alright, because, you know, that would be the worst if I do all this successfully, don't break anything, and then just absolutely murder the screws on the reassembly. It seems like something I would be unfortunate enough to do. Alright, stay on there, little guy. I guess I could do y'all a favor and reposition this. Just reposition it for the other one too, because I am going dual camera here just in case. I'm also trying to keep my big bald dome out of the way, so. Yeah, this little guy. Ooh, tried to fall off there. It's a big no, sir. Okay, let's just set this on here and take a look at the other side. Looks pretty good, I'd say. Feels about the same. Hopefully I got it all connected in there, alright? Dare I try to boot it up and see if it throws me any error codes, which I don't know if it will, but let's give it a try. Looks promising so far. Device is starting. Sounds right. SD card unavailable. That's fine. I took that out before we started this. Am I going to be able to ensure the control sticks are centered? All right, yeah, this will tell us. Left stick, all right, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. Oh, 85. Oh, that was just because my finger's too fat. Got it. Well, that looks like a success. So I'll turn her off and clip her up. Cool. 24 minutes almost. All right, so before I do clip it up, I'm just going to rotate it around so you can see where all these little hooks are. Just so you know, like, where to apply the proper pressure when you're trying to open this up. So that guy, that guy. So 1, 2, 3, 4 right here on the bottom. Over on the side, I've got one on this little like angled corner piece. I've got 3 big boys right here along this side. It looks like there's not a clip right here in between this button and this rubber pad, but that's where I applied some pressure to break this portion open. Oh, but there is one clip right here underneath this button portion, so sorry if that's not centered, guys and gals. I suppose there's some female drone enthusiasts out there as well. We've got 4 more clips right here on the top. Again, I've got that one clip right there. 3 big boys across that side, and then I'm back down here. So without further ado, let's squeeze her back together. This does not feel very convincing, like clipping it back together. Like, compared to the force that it took to open it, like, that was really easy. Like, it felt like closing like a CD case, if you're old enough to remember those. And not like a good new one, like an old one that you borrowed from your older brother. But, I mean, I guess, yeah, that's pretty well together. I'll fast forward through this part, but I'm just going to reopen it and make sure, do another calibration to make sure that it's, I didn't mess anything up before I put these screws in, and then this poor piece of rubber that I mangled. All right, so that was a success. So I'll go ahead and put these guys back in here. Remember, these under this rubber guy were the longer screws. They're probably gonna be easier ones to put in because I bet those small ones are gonna get lost in that like cavern of a lanyard loading position. You know what I'm trying to say, this lanyard thing. Okay, cool. So I'm 2 screws and a piece of rubber and maybe some glue if I feel like it away from pay dirt. Alright, so hopefully this doesn't fall off. These were kind of hard to get latched onto and to get to unscrew. Alright, so that one's in there. It's fairly simple. The last one, always the most cantankerous. Isn't that how it always goes? Huh. Which way did this go? Oh, okay. Well, I guess now I should go ahead and mention there's 2 little fins in here there's 2 fins in here on either edge that feed into that little plastic or that little rubber groove right there. Those look like they would be a pain to take out. So, oh, okay. And this little flat portion right here on this rubber, that lines up to go into this little crevice. So this is directional, so I guess watch out for that. And with that, I believe I have completely repaired my DJI RC for approximately $24 in parts, like $6 in shipping from Cloud City Drones. Those guys are great. Stuff got here really fast and just right at 30 minutes. So given that you have this video, you could probably do it in 15, especially if you're used to working on small electronics and stuff like that. So thanks for watching. I guess, guys, like I said, I'm not a YouTuber, so I can't say, hey, like and subscribe and check out more videos, because to be honest, I don't know if I'm gonna put another video up or when that would be. But I did say that I was a podcaster, so if you wouldn't mind, go and check out my girlfriend's podcast. It's called Killer History. You can find it anywhere where you listen to podcasts, or if it's not your jam, tell your friend about it, and we would really appreciate it. And thanks for, I guess, putting my employment and my hardware here on the line so that we can all get through this and learn a little more. Cool. Thanks a lot, guys.